guys, it's me back making another video for you with Javon, the silicone baby I painted. Oh my gosh, I think she looks so super duper real on the camera. Anyways, so I wanted to make this video, right? So I could talk about what's been going on lately. So lately I've just been like in this like creative mood, making these babies. They're angelic babies, you know, here with high vibrational frequencies to help those around. And I've been doing a lot of reflecting and thinking, and I made a post on Facebook the other day, right? It was just a memory. The post was of a memory I had of when I was 16 years old. That's when I first had my son. And I lived at the shelter downtown Toronto, and I remembered that at my grandma's house I had my piggy bank. It was a dinosaur piggy bank that I had gotten from my aunt when I was like 5. Okay, so I was saving up money. Every little thing I got, I would put in the piggy bank. If I didn't put it in the piggy bank, I would usually give it to my dad. I don't know why I did that. I was just a kid, so yeah. And so I remember my piggy bank, and like, as I said, I was in the shelter, so I was pretty hungry and stuff. I needed money, so I had to pay my dad for gas money to take me to my grandma's house. Mind you, he worked down the street, like 5 minutes from where I lived, but whatever. I paid him to take me to his mom's house, and I remember going to his mom's house to get my piggy bank, walking in, and I will never forget this day, which is why I made the post. I remember her giving my piggy bank to my younger brother, and him just holding my piggy bank, walking through his room. He had his own, but she gave him mine because I had my son. She no longer thought I was, you know, worthy enough to have the piggy bank, right? So not only did I have to go back to the shelter hungry, but I also had to find the money to pay my dad because he drove me to my grandma's house to get the piggy bank, right? So anyways, long story short, I posted that like a few weeks ago, and yesterday my brother was like, my cousin wanted my number, so I was like, give it to him. So I called because I don't have minutes, so I was like, give it to him, but then I was like, does he have WhatsApp? But then, you know, like older people, I wasn't so sure, so I called him. And so I was listening at first, because, you know, like, I know from experience that whenever you try to expose people, people always try to silence you, right? But I didn't think it was. Anyways, I called him, and he was like, oh, you're so brilliant. And I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, you've been through a lot, but, you know, you're going to get karma for what you wrote. And I'm like, what did I write? And he was like, oh, well, you know, you were saying all the things that your grandmother did to you. And I'm like, why would that have to make me have karma? If I am telling you my truth about what they have done to me, why would you then in return think something bad would happen to me? I am not the one doing anything to anybody. I have been far away from all the drama, right? So I started telling him my story. I said, listen to me. This is how I heal. I heal by telling my truth, telling my story. I will not keep the things that she has done to me a secret. There's no reason for me to be my grandmother's secret keeper. For what? I'm not going to keep anything a secret. I'm going to talk because I have nothing to keep a secret. You know, like, these people have been awful. They've treated me inhumane my entire life, and I will stand on every rooftop and scream on the top of my lungs about what they have done. I will never stop. And I had to make it clear. And then by the time I finished telling him everything, you know, he understood. And he was even telling me to write a book, which I've already started. And I told him that. I said, you know, everybody looks at me because you guys see me through the family lens. So yeah, I was like, you know, I don't have any reason to keep any secrets for these people. These people have been inhumane my entire existence, and I am going to stand on the rooftops and scream and tell my story. I will not keep anything a secret. The things that she has swept under the rug for her son, I will scream and tell everybody. I do not care. Like, what people need to stop doing is getting angry at people for telling their truth. I've noticed that every single time I've tried to tell my truth, there's always somebody who comes and gets. I remember when I tried to tell my truth about what my older brother used to do to me as a child, my then partner got mad and said, "Why would you tell them? Like, you know, like why are you even bringing that up? Like, you know, basically like hush hush, swallow it, and forget about it. Like, right?" And now it's like, because the thing is, people hold my grandma in such a high pedestal because she's the first lady of the church, and you know she likes to act like she's holy and better than people, right? But what they're not understanding is that like the holier than thou personality that she has brought it into her household, and then in return uses that as an excuse to treat her grandchildren like trash, right? And then her son sweeps all his disgusting behavior under the rug and covers it up. Because my cousin was saying he notices that my father is very disrespectful towards my grandmother. Yes, of course my father is disrespectful towards my grandmother, of course. That's her only child, right? So she accepts anything that he does. Anything. If he disrespects me, she would call me to apologize to him. Yeah. Growing up in that house was like with him, they bought him a house when I was 11 because they were raising me and my younger brother, okay? And they bought him a house like about 30 minutes from where they lived. And I moved in with them, and my brother came, and we both moved in. Guys, you don't even want to know the kind of environment. That man was drunk every single day. Right now, the man is drunk right now, and I'm talking to you now. I don't even have to ask. The man, he's always drunk, okay? He wakes up and drinks, like, orange juice and rum. Like, he's an alcoholic, okay? Poured all over the house, okay? You guys don't want to hear the house at nighttime, and guess what his rule was for me? I was never ever allowed to close my room door, especially at night. Now, imagine you are an 11-year-old girl at your dad's house alone with him, drunk, and you're hearing those noises coming from his room across the hall, and he's always coming out talking about trying to see if you're like, guys, you're not even want to know that nonsense. And when I would tell his mother, yeah, it would be nothing, right? I was the ones like, who cares? Then they realized my brother was malnutrition, took him, but left me there because who cares about her? Let's just leave her to suffer, right? Like, I dealt with some crazy stuff. Y'all would never even understand, like, trust me. So it's like, for the people who see my statuses and see my videos and think that for 1 second I will be silenced and I will not say anything about what my grandmother has done because of who she is and because of your view of her, my dear, I will not be silenced. I will keep speaking forever about this because this is my story. I'm not going to let somebody beat me up and then not tell people that they beat me up. I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to tell the world. If she didn't want... Harmony? What's going on? Your pacifier? If she did not, I would tell her. If she did not want people to know, she should have not treated me like that. You should see the way she treats children. Yes. Let me not listen to me. I haven't even begun to tell my story. Okay, I'm just been writing a book about it. Okay, my book's long as hell, but I've been writing because you know what? I have a hell of a story. A hell of a story. The things I have dealt with have been extremely inhumane to the point where I didn't even feel like a human. Like, they literally stripped me of my humanity. And then now think for a second. I don't know why they even have this thought, but now in their heads they think that I will be silenced and not say anything about the way they treated me, the way they tried to strip me of my humanity, the way they lied. Oh my goodness, first they don't want to lie. No, I'm going to speak my truth. You will not bully me. I'm an adult now, right? What he was saying too was like her image, and my whole thing is too, like, she didn't care that much about her image because if she cared, the treatment that she gives me, and you know, everybody in the family is acting now like they're shocked that these are the people. But I feel like secretly, deep down, everybody had to know that these things were going on because we would go to family functions and me and my brother would always be like the outcast. Like, you know, when it's like everybody's like all happy and like close and then like it's just me and him and we're just sitting there silent. Like, nobody wonder nothing and ask nothing. Like, come on, even in church, like people not paying attention. Oh, when I was coming to the shelter, I was coming to church from the shelter and I had on the little one dress and my hair looked awful because I only had the one dress and it just wasn't even mine. It was my mother's dress I took because I never had no clothes. And everybody in the church was making fun of me for the little one dress. I'm pretty, and my cousin, my grandfather's nephew, my cousin, dropped me home to the shelter. They knew, they all knew, everybody knew. Nobody can say they didn't know what was going on. They all knew, and they all watched it happen. They all watched me suffer. And now everyone wants to pretend and be shocked. I will not be silenced. Never, 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 never. Okay, never. The same strength they had to kick me and my kids down, they can stand up with that same strength now while I tell my story. Stand up, be proud and bold. I want her, as everybody is listening to my story, I want my grandmother to keep holding up her head high, because I did us both a favor. You don't have to hide who you are anymore. You want to be evil and say disgusting, evil things and say evil things about kids? I freed you. Like, I feel like I did her a favor. Like, I freed her. She doesn't know, she no longer has to pretend that she is human and has human intentions and, love and compassion. She no longer does, right? It took me so long to realize about all the pain I was feeling in the first place, right? Like, I didn't really think I was that hurt until I realized, one time after my spiritual awakening, somebody commented, like, something about me on healing, and I really looked into it, and yes, I really did need to heal. You know why? Because I was under this thing where I felt like, this illusion where I felt like everybody was attacking me. I felt like I was constantly being attacked at every second, at every moment. But that is because as a child, I was always being attacked. That's why whenever whatever was going on with my older brother, I never told anybody. Why would I tell? I already knew that I was going to be blamed. I already knew. Why would like, as a kid, it's like you're a kid, but you know how people are going to react to you, right? So why would I tell you what's going on with my brother? If one, y'all already hate him and he doesn't even do anything, they're already treating him like trash. So really, like, I'm wondering, like, I think that maybe psychologically, like, maybe you're doing that to me to hurt them. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking, I think that's what it was, but I don't know. Yeah, and when I did finally expose what happened as a baby, what I was like, that's why I don't let nobody around my kid. That's why I'm so, like, I don't trust nobody but my kids. The answer is just hell no. It's just not even, the answer is just no. And I finally realized why. It's because it's like nobody protected me. I went through all of that, and because I know from earth to heaven there's no help for these kids. I know that when little girls are assaulted and they go to the police don't care. I know there is no place. There's no safe place, So it's like me. That's why I'm so interested in the dolls. I don't talk to nobody because, the life I've had has been one of so much chaos and toxicity that it just caused me to automatically shut down and not want to be around people because I have not experienced compassionate people. Now I have relatives coming out and they're showing compassion, right? But then at the same time, I'm still standoffish because I'm like, did you really not know that they were treating me like shit? Like, everybody's seen that I was acting out, right? Like, I was angry. I wasn't acting out, but if they said something disgusting about my kids, I would say something to them because you're not going to talk about my kids, right? And everybody, oh, she's so rude, she's so rude. Nobody took 1 second to ask why. Why did Lakusha say that to you? Why did she say that? Why did she get mad? What did you do to make her say that to you? For her to say something that rude, you must have said something to trigger her, right? That is it. Jack you. Anyways, yeah, no, but seriously though, that's it though. Like, nobody thought that for a second. Everybody just attacked me and attacked me and attacked me. Nobody. So yeah, now I'm distant. Now I'm me by myself, living authentically by myself because I don't like my. Anyways, I'm trying to put myself back out there, but only with like people that like resonate with me. Like, I feel like I can see pain in other beings, and those are the people that I resonate a lot with. The ones